As you see in the front of the mini tower, you have a bunch of USB ports and a slot for a DVD writer or a Blu-ray writer, neither of which this PC comes with. It's just an empty slot here. The specs are Intel Pentium Gold G6400 CPU, 256 gigabyte SSD, 8 gigabytes of RAM, built-in Intel graphics. Here is a shot of CPU Z showing the Pentium Gold processor and some general specs about Pentium Gold G6400 CPU. It's a rather anemic processor, as you'll see. The main board, here's the caches. Nothing of note there, but maybe of use to somebody. The next spec is the main board, which is an HP, obviously branded main board. It came with an old BIOS version from July of 2020, F13. They're currently up to F20 as of the date of this video, and I did update it at the end of tweaking up this PC. The memory it comes with is a single DIMM 8 gigabytes DDR4. You can see what it's running at here in the CPU Z screen. Next is the SPD here. You'll see that it is actually a single DIMM, and here's all the timings that are available. This one came with Kingston Micron technology RAM. The graphics, built-in Intel, nothing fancy here. You're not going to be able to do anything but basic games on this PC. The benchmark is somewhat interesting. It's lower than I would have expected. I know that this isn't a good processor, but it actually outperformed a Ryzen 5 1600 on a single thread, but was badly beaten, scoring about a third of what it would score on the multi-threading. This is a screenshot after I removed a lot of the crapware on the PC. The scores came up a very slight amount, but not enough to note. The next shot you'll show was the built-in HP garbage updating software. Actually didn't even show a BIOS update, even though it's been out for quite a while now. But it did show other updates, and it was actually taking over the updating from Windows Update. So I disabled it, uninstalled it, in fact, and Windows Update showed quite a lot of updates available, which isn't to be unexpected because the machine was probably at least a couple months old by the time it gets to your hands. So there was a lot of updates. This is a list of all of them that it needed to perform. So the next screenshots that I'll be showing here are the amount of built-in crapware that was supplied with this computer. As you see, there was Amazon software, links for Booking.com, a Dropbox promotion, and we'll scroll up to the next screen here. ExpressVPN was taking up 330 megabytes. These are all just promo stuff. None of this is actually even usable. A ton of HP garbage, none of which is needed, and in fact it's recommended that you would uninstall all these. Just an absolute ton of this HP crap. And the next screenshot will show some more crapware, including a built-in McAfee suite, which is totally unusable because you have to pay for any of the updates. It was taking up over a gigabyte of space and inferior to the built-in Microsoft security suite. And you had Netflix. Office is not the full version. It's nothing more than a link to buy it. You do get the Office 365 to use, but that's free for everybody anyway. And you see some simple solitaire game, and at the end you'll see that there was some Wild Tangent software here for their gaming online, which I'm not a fan of what they offer. This Web Advisor by McAfee, there again, it's just garbage. Get rid of it. So there's a ton of stuff to uninstall and make the computer what you want, or you could just download Windows 10 and install from scratch. Here's some shots of the inside of the computer. This is like the drive expansion tray up here, and underneath this screen here you can also see the motherboard. There are, on the left here, you'll see 4 expansion slots here that they have openings for, although I'm not really sure how you could use these bottom ones. So there's really only 2 slots here. I did use the one for a TV capture card, a Hauppauge older card that I have. And this is another shot of different sides of the inside here. They have 2 fans inside the computer. This is where the solid state SSD resides. It's underneath where the drive trays are, so I had to do this is on the bottom left. You'll see the built-in Wi-Fi card, and on the back you'll see this is a shot where this is the expansion ports where you can you flip up this little metal thing and you pop the card in and you just push it back down and snap it in. It doesn't use fixed screws. And the last shot you'll see here shows the HDMI and DVI connectors for the monitor and extra USB ports on the back. It does have plenty of USB ports